We're the type of sport that we hate growing to love, boxing. Let's get it cracking. So we got to go back and talk about what we witnessed this past Saturday. Norman late to the party, however. I like to watch and, check out everybody else's opinion about, how the fight went this past Saturday before I go ahead and make my video and discuss how I felt initially about the fight. First round was really exciting. Boots was on his jab, could not miss Xander Zayas' head or body. Xander Zayas was taking a lot of shots that first round. He ended up getting dropped in that first round, and I'm gonna be honest, after what I had witnessed that first round with Boots on his jab and that body attack, I really thought this fight was gonna be over. Xander Zayas showed a lot of heart. He showed a lot of tenacity, a lot of grit. I honestly wasn't that high on Xander Zayas. I really just thought he was pretty okay, mediocre in a lot of areas. But what I got wrong was his will to win and his heart. He showed a lot of heart. He ended up making it out of that first round. Second round comes. Boots kind of looked like he was a little tired a little bit to me. I think he was spending a lot of energy trying to get Xander out of that first round. I don't want to say tired, but it looked like he was a little bit more reserved. He was still putting belt to ass to Xander Zayas. Not a whole lot to discuss for the second round. Everybody's talking about the third round. Third round is where things got interesting. Bruce was back on his grind again. Was probably thinking this is going to be an easy night. We're going to go ahead and get him up out of here, pack the bags, head back to Philly. However, during the exchange, Boots Ennis gets hit with a straight right hand. A little bit later, he gets hit with a left hook that wobbled Boots. Boots said he wasn't hurt. Boots said he was having a lot of fun. To me, Boots was definitely hurt that third round. No question about it. He almost looked like he was out on his feet a little bit to me in that third round. Boots went to tie him up. But the odd thing about it is you can tell Boots still had his good senses. Like he knew what was going on around him. He was still fighting, still throwing back with Xander. Could get Boots out. And then the craziest thing is Boots ends up coming back and hurting Xander, I believe with an uppercut. So then he rocks Xander. Then Xander looks like he's out on his feet. Third round was just incredible. Both men were just showing grit, determination, going to war, just banging it out. Then we go into the fourth round. Looks like Boots was still a little jittery, somewhat on his feet. Still was bringing the fight to Xander. And Xander was still bringing the fight to Boots Ennis. Not a whole lot to discuss fourth round. Then we go and get in this fifth round. The fifth round is where Boots just puts belt to ass. He throws the whole kitchen sink at Xander Zayas. I mean, when I say he threw the kitchen sink, man, he was going to the body. He was hitting him with left hooks. He was hitting him with straight right hands, left hands. He was hitting him with different combination variables. I mean, Boots was just unloading on Xander Zayas. This was a hell of a fight. This right here is what separated Boots clearly from Xander Zayas. That fifth round, I understand the fight not being stopped in that fifth round. I can understand why Harvey Dock didn't want to stop that fight. I think he wanted to give Xander the benefit of the doubt. Xander was the champion. You just don't want to stop the fight. You want to give the champion a chance to fight out of whatever they're going through. And even though he was going through hell, you still want to give him the benefit of the doubt because he is the champion. You just don't want to stop the fight. Xander was throwing back. He was just taking a lot of punishment. Gets dropped in that fifth round. Sixth round comes. Boots is still putting belt to ass to Xander. This is when it's getting ugly. Boots looked like he kind of spent himself out in that fifth round, that previous round, that fifth round. Took the foot off the gas in that sixth round. And then that seventh round comes, man, Boots hits him with this devastating uppercut. Man, this uppercut was nasty. Nasty. There's no other way you can explain it. That was just a nasty punch. Xander's eyes didn't see it coming. After that, Xander's on one knee. the corner has already, so this is the thing, everybody's talking about. They're saying that Xander had quit. Actually, the corner had threw in the towel while Xander was on his knee. Xander looks over to his corner, the towel was already thrown, so the fight was already done. So it wasn't as if Xander looked at the corner and then, sometimes you had those different signals, or, your corner knows you're going back, you're looking for instructions, what should you do? Should you stay down to the 8 count? Should you get up right away? To me, it looked like the corner had already threw in the towel, so the fight was already going to be stopped. Big props to both men. It was a hell of a war. Great fight. Definitely so far the fight of the year, and probably will end up being the fight of the year. Now let's talk about some of the things that I saw that I hear a lot of people talking about. I know that, Xander's getting a lot of credit, and rightfully so. He should get credit. He didn't have to take this fight, but you cannot use the excuse. Listen up. You cannot use the excuse that Xander was too young. Can't use that excuse. He's a unified champion. Top Rank knows how to move their fighters. Can you say maybe he was too young to really be a champion at that point in time? I mean, you might be able to say that based upon the competition level that he was fighting. They moved him in the right positions to get him a belt, and then they moved him in the right position again to get him a second belt. Definitely he's not on Boots' level. However, you got to give him credit for taking the fight, but you can't also give him credit for taking the fight and then make a bunch of excuses, taking away from Boots and his win, that he was too young, or he may have took this fight too young. He's a unified champion. I mean, come on. You're not just a one belt holder. You have 2 belts. So at that point in time, hey, you should be more than able and willing to get in the ring and bang it out with whoever, the unified champion. So miss me with that excuse. The other thing that I've seen about Xander, I did not think that the speed of Boots Ennis was going to be that much of a difference. I knew Boots would be faster, but he was 10 times faster than Xander in the ring. And I think that's why Xander chose not to really box Boots, because Boots could not miss with that jab. When Boots is on that jab, and I don't think Boots get credit for his jab, when Boots is using his jab the way that he should be, man, he looks almost unbeatable. That jab is something special. I would like to see Boots use that jab more. Definitely use that jab more. He's got a snappy, fast, pinpoint, accurate jab. Because when he's on his jab, man, he almost looks unbeatable. I think Boots was right. Boots was like, you got a big ass head, I'm not going to miss. And it was looking like that. It was looking like Boots could not miss with that jab. It looked like Boots did get away a little bit from the jab and then just went to just banging it out with Xander. Like I said, I want to see Boots use a little more boxing IQ and use his jab a little bit more. Boots gets in these wars that sometimes I just don't think that he needs to, at that point in time, just get into. But however, Boots is one of my favorite fighters. Boots is one of the fighters that I enjoy watching the most. Him and, ironically, my other favorite fighter is Abdullah Mason, who's fighting this Saturday, and I will be making a video on that. If Boots can get on his jab and use his boxing IQ a little bit more intelligently, man, the sky's the limit for Boots Ennis. I want to see Boots around, and if he's always fighting these type of wars, his career will be short by taking some of the punishment that he will be taking in better fights. Some will say the fight should have been stopped in the 5th round. However, I think that Harvey Dodd did a great job. I don't think he should have stopped the fight in the 5th round. I think you should let your champion give it all they have and let them go out on their shield. And whether you think Xander Zayas quit or if you think he went out on his shield, either way, it was still a fantastic fight. Boots Ennis is a problem. Make no mistake, Boots Ennis is a problem. Man, he's in there to bang it out. He's in there to bring the pain. You're definitely going to want to tune in every time Boots Ennis steps in that ring. So I just wanted to give you my 2 cents and let you know what I thought about the fight. Again, Boots Ennis is a tremendous talent. Give props to Xander. But hey, that was Boots' night. Last Saturday was something electrifying, and Boots deserves all the credit. Let me know what you think, man. Get in them comments. Like, share, and subscribe. Cost you nothing, but it do me something. Let me know what your opinion was on this fight. Gone. Jail.